Hey friend, welcome to the Coach B Experience podcast. We have another action-packed, value-stacked, real and raw episode for you. Remember, it does not benefit you to just listen. I want you to remember three things. Take fast action, get a result, and grow from your experiences. You have power in your choice. Let's dive into today's experiences. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another episode of Coach B Experience. I'm excited because I think today is when you really get to hear a little bit of my passion, and one of my favorite topics is talking about is this movement that I'm creating. I'll give you a little backdrop before we even really head into this. But the reason why I'm actually building this whole thing is because Kim Doyle, if you guys don't know her, she's freaking amazing. She has a group called Content Creators, and she's amazing. She's just amazing. Go in the group, add, and let her know I sent you, right? But Kim Doyle and I were on a coaching call, right? So Kim has these coaching calls at 90 minutes. Me and her were talking, and she was really trying to help me solidify like who I wanted to market to, who I wanted to serve. And I knew for a long time already who I wanted to serve. Like I knew I wanted to coach men, right? And even a little backstory to this backstory is that I was in a group, I was in a mastermind before, and I was gonna target men, right? And I was targeting men, I was getting leads, but however, out of 100 men that I talked to, I only closed one, and it was very discouraging because at the time I didn't know, but the age range I was targeting, they wanted to work with me, but they didn't have the money. I learned that from Expert Secrets that, you want to go in a market that people, one, have the money to pay you, and two, they are as passionate as you're passionate about it. Everyone was passionate. Everyone was on board until they got to the money part. They just weren't there, right? And I figured out something about myself through that whole journey was that I am what they call an anomaly, right? So like I'm very unique, unusual, different. Is the best way to say it, right? A lot of people may say I'm very aggressive, but I like to call myself passionate, right? If you really know me, you understand how passionate I am about certain topics. And this is a topic I'm really passionate about. But let me go back to this. Let me go back to the story. So me and Kim Doyle were on a coaching call, and we figured out that what I really love to do, right, and what I really want to serve, I really want to serve single men. And why do I want to serve single men is because, and then here's another backstory, right? So when I was down in the dumps, right? When I'm talking about when I didn't know what to do with my business, I had just failed. And if you guys read my best-selling book, Experiencing Your Past, you guys knew that I had a marketing consulting business. I helped somebody make some money, but then they went all shady, and then I felt like crap, so I quit that business. I didn't quit it. I just stopped it. And then there's a lot of mindset things that kept going on and I was looking for some type of coach or some type of place I could go where I could mingle with other professional single men that were in my space, men that had values, men that had standards, men that I could build an inner circle of men, right? That I could share my passion with, that I could be just as on fire for business as the same way that I'm on fire for God, for life, the same way that I'm so passionate about things, that I wanted to meet other men that were passionate just like me. But everywhere I looked, I couldn't find that, right? Even till this day, everywhere I go, I'm passionate about what I do, right? And when I'm saying I'm passionate, that you can see it in the way I talk, in the way I walk, in the confidence, that there's a lot of men that want to kind of, gravitate to society's view of men. They are okay with living mediocre lives, but I am not okay with being mediocre. At the age, you can call it from, and I want to say this started in high school when my coach, Coach Taylor, the very first coach I ever had, right, really sat me down and told me that I could be great if I worked hard. I could be great if I focused. I could be great if I stepped away from the people that I was hanging out with. And the reason why he told me because it came after an altercation, right? I had an altercation. It was myself. It was two other guys. And it was another, and the kid's name was Brandon Marinick, right? Brandon Marinick was like, I think he's like 6'2", 200 something pounds, right? I was like maybe like a buck 140, right, at the time. This is before I even started lifting and all that. So Brandon started saying something to one of my boys, right? One of the two friends that I'm with. He starts talking to him a certain type of way. This is me. Like, if you're on my team, like, I'm all about you. I'm gonna have your back 100%. If someone's talking something crazy to you, I'm gonna speak up for you because I'm so crazy about loyalty. I am crazy about loyalty. I'm crazy about defending my friends, right? I am crazy about that, right? I will put your honor on my on my back and I will defend you. And I even told my bishop, I told him flat out, I was like, hey bishop, I just want to let you know, if I ever hear anybody talk bad about you, I will fuck them up, right? And then I even told chief pastor, I was like, chief pastor, with all due respect, and this is what I really did. I said, with all due respect, if I ever hear anybody talk about you guys, I would fuck them up. He was like, son, I know, and he pat me on the back, and he could see the intensity in my eyes. But the reason why I'm telling you this story is because I want you to understand the type of person that I am. Right, I want you to understand the type of values that I have, the type of standards that I hold for myself. And let me go back to the story, right? So Brandon Marinick was talking crap to one of my friends, and then Brandon Marinick, 200 something pounds. Me and him start going at it, right? He's talking, he's saying something, I'm saying something back. We're going back and forth. We're going at it, right? And I wasn't gonna let up, right? I was ready to fight. I was ready to go. I was ready to fight for my friend's honor, right? Now, I had to, I learned from that day from Coach Taylor, because Coach Taylor came, everybody came, broke it up, because he was like, you want a cookie? I was like, yeah, I want a big cookie too, and a cake, what? And that's when everybody came in and started breaking it up or whatever. We didn't even fight. We didn't get in each other's faces or anything like that. But what I did do for respect, I did go apologize to him, because I was out of line, right? I mean, I know that, hey, look, that if I do something wrong, and if my coach Taylor told me I should go apologize, because, hey, look, that had nothing to do with me. I shouldn't have got involved. Even though I did feel passionate about it, that, hey, I was misplaced. So I said, hey, look, out of respect for my coach, I will go apologize, and I would make it heartfelt, and I did. He said, okay, it's cool, whatever. But I think from that day on, everybody knew. I think everybody understood my passion for the people that were on my team and on my side. And I think if you are on my team and on my side, you know that I'm very passionate about you, right? And the men that are coming to me, the men that are about to join my group, the men that are in my coaching program, I am passionate for them, right? Like, I am in their side. I'm on their corner 100%. But let's keep going with this, okay? So with that all being said, was that I'm really big on loyalty. I'm really big on this, right? So, and this all leads to the story with Kim, right? So me and Kim are talking, and she's like, she's asking me great questions, but digging deep. And I'm telling her this story about how I really can't find anybody. Everyone's targeting married men. Everyone's targeting fathers. I don't want to target married men. I don't want to target fathers. I don't want to talk to these people because I can't relate to them. I don't want to target married men. Right, and I told her, I targeted women, and I did women because I was a personal trainer. I was coaching women, and women are a hot market, right? I'm gonna tell you flat out, right? Women are a hot market. So if you market weight loss, if you market coaching to women, women will buy. They will buy, like, flat out, right? Because that's something that's a need, and it wasn't like the product was bad at all. Like, this was a great product. 15 pounds in 15 days. I have a book on Amazon. Whatever, you can go get that. You can lose 15 pounds in 15 days. Like, this works, right? I have testimonials, results, all that stuff, right? But the one thing that I didn't feel fulfilled at all when I was targeting women. I didn't feel fulfilled at all. I mean, people say aggressive. I say I'm very passionate about when I speak. I'm very passionate. I felt like I have to tone myself down because you can't, I can't go in a coaching call with a woman and be like, come on, you can do this. Hold yourself accountable. I had to be a lot softer with my tone. And I'm very energetic. People say motivational, but I am very energetic. I'm very hyped. I'm very upbeat at all times. I'm a go type of guy. Right, my mentality is go. Everything I do, I love to do it hard. Right, I love to go full force. Right, I tell people love to post quotes. I love to live the quotes. Right, I live the quotes. Like, I love pushing myself mentally. You can't give me a quote that I haven't lived. Right, I love doing that stuff. Right, I love growing myself. I love pushing myself. I love making myself uncomfortable. That's what I love to do. And for me, I couldn't do that with women because with women, you have to be a little softer. You got to be a little gentle, right? You can't be like, hey, you said you were going to do this. Why isn't this done? and then wait for them to respond. Right? You got to be like, well, you told me you were gonna do this. Well, why isn't this done? Well, why is this going on? Well, what's going on with you? Da, da, da. You got to be a little soft. You got to understand, like this for them, it's like different hormonal imbalances and different things going on. So, but with men, I knew that I could be a little more hardcore, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a hardcore program that was that was gonna push men to really be leaders. Right, I really want to really have almost like like a selection type program. So in the military, there's a thing called like special forces. You go through selection and all that, and I really wanted to mimic that with my coaching style. I really wanted to help them and show them that hey, they can push further than they ever thought they could. But now with this new coaching program that I'm rolling out, this new group that I'm rolling out, and everything, what I really want to help men to understand is that men have a responsibility to be a leader, right? And I always say the 1% man. The 1% man is the man that walks against society's view of men, right? All men are kind of going to the slaughter. They're on kind of this conveyor belt, right? And they live this life, whether it's a job or a business, right? Businessmen and regular men go through the same thing, right? They make money, they come home, they provide, right? They have sex maybe twice or once a week with their wife, right? And then they start to gain weight, they start to get fat, they start to sit by the TV, right? They start to have a beer belly, right? They don't hold themselves accountable anymore, right? And then there's no more flair into their wedding or whatever. Their kids, they have mediocre relationships with their kids, they have mediocre relationships with everything, and then something hits, right? That their marriage is about to fall. Now they need to go get a coach. Now they need to go do something about it, right? Instead of when they were single, preparing themselves for the process of marriage, preparing themselves for the process of withholding themselves from temptation, preparing themselves from the process of saying no to sex outside of of the covenant of themselves, right? Learning about themselves, loving themselves, learning about who they truly like, what they truly like, who they truly are. Right? It's a process, but men don't want to do that. Men only get into marriage and then they find out that, oh my God, I'm broken, I'm in shambles, I need help. And then once their marriage is at the brink of destruction, then they go get help. You see, I want to help single men that they don't have to go through that. That you don't have to have a mediocre relationship with your wife. You don't have to have mediocre sex. You don't have to have mediocre relationship with your kids. Right? That single men need to be prepared now. Because we are putting single men on the same conveyor belt that we put kids into college. Kids think that college is real life. Right? When they go to college, all they do for 4 years is what? They smoke, they drink, they party, and then that's it. I did that. Right? I did the same thing. I did the same BS for 3 years before I got kicked out of college, right? I did the same BS. And then I got out. I said, wow, real life is completely different, right? Then all my friends got out, and then what? Life smacked them in the face. Right? And they were like, oh my God, no one told me about taxes. No one told me about how to change a tire. No one told me about all these other things. Why don't we prepare them for that? So the preparation that's what I want to do. I want to show single men that, hey, you're leaders. You have a responsibility to not live like 99% of other men and to live like a 1% man. A 1% man is going to be ridiculed. 1% man is gonna be mistaken. 1% man, you're gonna get made fun of by other men because you're gonna have standards, you're gonna have values, you're gonna be disciplined, right? You're gonna come on time, you're gonna be excited. When other men are lacking energy, you're gonna have so much energy. When other men are feeling like, oh man, I can't do this, you're gonna be like, oh, let me give it a try. Right? And then even if you fail, you tried. They're gonna be like, oh, I told you couldn't do it. But brother, you never even tried. See, 1% men, we are so different. We are leading the charge. The climate for men is completely changing, right? Let me tell you this. In the workplace, the climate is changing. Women are taking more leadership roles. The fastest growing small business owners are women, right? So that means women are taking such a larger, bigger role, right? The notion of men just being providers, coming home, sitting on the couch, watching TV, ice cream, and believing that like sex once or twice a week is okay, that I'm getting big, my wife gets big, and that's it. Do you see that? Right? And when I talk about health, let me just break down health for you, right? When I see a family, right, that's overweight, I look at the man and I'm like, I can't believe that you would do this to your family. I can't believe you do this to your family because countless times, right? And I have clients tell me this I see women trying to lose weight. I see women trying to lose weight, and I see men that don't even recognize that their wife is trying to do something. And instead of saying, you know what, honey, let me come in this with you, let me help you, they would rather sit back and say, you know what, I still want to eat chicken, I still want to eat that fried chicken, I still want to do that. Instead of saying, honey, how can I help you? How can I be there for you? How can I? They would rather be like, you know what, I hope nothing changes. Oh, I can't eat that healthy stuff. I don't like doing that. Oh, I can't work out. It's supposed to be a partnership, you and her. But you can't even step up and help her because you haven't done the work when you were single, right? That you think it's okay to live like this. You think it's okay to see your wife struggling and not want to help her. See, as a leader, there's two things you have to do as a leader. This is not definite, but as a single man, as a leader, you have to be self-motivated. I mean, you have to self-motivate yourself, and you have to motivate others. Right? It's draining. I'll tell you that, man. It is draining. Every day I wake up, right? I have my soldiers I need to take care of. I got to take care of myself. I have to go to work. I got to be excited, right? I hop on cold calls every day, and I got to be excited. I have to bring the energy every day because you know why? I'm known as that guy on my team to be energetic. I stand for most of the day when I'm at my job. I stand for most of the day. I may sit maybe for 10 minutes or whatever, but even when I'm sitting, you know what? I feel mediocre when I sit. I got to stand up. You know why? Because I know other people are looking at me and saying, wow, if he can do it, then I can do it, right? And I want to be that beacon. I want to be that leader. You see, I don't provide them with information. I don't provide them with any type of stellar skill sets that they can use on the phone. But because of the way I carry myself as a man and the way I carry myself in my presence, that helps them to exude confidence for themselves. Men, just because you're not providing income does not mean you can't provide that leadership ability, that confidence, right? And I want to gear towards this more as a single man. So as a single man, there's something that I call, well, I say all single men are leaders, right? And the values of leadership, right? I'm gonna tell you all of them. Number one is loyalty, right? Loyal. You have to be loyal. And when I start talking about loyal, I'm saying one, loyal to yourself. Right, and I'm gonna do another podcast on the three loyalties, which is value of self, value of time. But the thing is that there's these values that you need to hold yourself accountable to, right? And I don't want to say the three values because that's gonna take away. But let's keep moving, right? Okay. So values, right? There's loyal, there's energy, there's attitude, there's duty, there's emotions, respect, self-service, honor, integrity, personal courage. That stuff comes from the military, right? But I wholeheartedly believe as a man and being a leader, there's other aspects in the civilian side that you need to embody, right? And this is something that I've been working on, and it probably will change, but it's the creed of the 1% man, right? The creed of the 1% man says, you know, I am a man. I embody values and standards. I hold myself, my brothers, my tribe accountable. I am a leader. I lead myself, my brothers, and my tribe. I am a 1% man. I am not above or below any man. I am a man. I am a leader. I'm a 1% man. And that creed is what we embody as 1% men, especially as single men. We have to understand that we are leaders. We are leading the charge. You see, right now, and like I said, there's a big change in females starting to lead, right? The matriarch, right? Excuse me, I think it is the matriarch, right? The patriarch is men. The matriarch for women is growing rapidly. It's evolving every day. And us as men, being the patriarch, we need to understand that the income we bring home does not define our manhood, right? I am a man because I am a man, and because I'm a man, that means I must lead, right? It's my responsibility to lead. I am the head of the household. I truly believe that regardless of how much income you bring home, right? Income does not define leadership, right? Just because those celebrities are making all those money, doesn't make them a good leader, right? A good leader understands that they got to put themselves first. They have to take care of themselves. And the perfect example of that I can give you is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ went 40 days and 40 nights, fasted in the desert, tempted, before he came out and led everybody. right? He learned from other leaders in the synagogue when he was young. If you guys don't know, I actually studied biblical ministry studies in college for a good 2 years. So I understood this and I read about this, right? But he studied under other great leaders and elders in the synagogues, right? And understood the law. So that way, when it was his time, he was able to lead with confidence. He was able to talk and speak with confidence. He was able to walk with confidence. He was able to lead with confidence. And this is what I want to help single men understand is one, that you have to be a leader. Two, you have to take responsibility of the choices, the habits, and the results in your life. Three, you got to respect your time and others. Four, you got to be solution focused. Five, you got to accept and learn from your failures. Your failures, they do not define you. Don't let them define you, right? Accept and learn from them. Step six, be open-minded to learn and discuss from others' point of view. As a leader, you got to understand all types of people are going to come your way. And you have to be willing and able to understand where they're coming from, but still hold your space and your beliefs and say, okay, cool, what is your beliefs? And be open to listening. Because at the end of the day, people don't care. Right? People don't care that you believe this or whatever. People care that they are being heard, and you have to be able to hear other people. And when you hear someone else, they're going to be more receptive. They're going to open themselves up to hearing about you. And the perfect way I explain that is, I actually had a cold call, and someone was upset about their business. Right? Someone was upset about their business. They got certain reviews and X, Y, Z, and they were so upset. Right? But because I took the time to listen to her. Because I took the time, she was so receptive. She said, "You know what? I appreciate you listening to me. So you know what? I thank you for what you've done. So I will gladly move forward." And she bought this and excuse me, she didn't buy it, but we set the date to talk again so that way she can move forward with our ads program. Right? But because I took the time and I listened to what her problem was, she was receptive to listen to what I was saying. If I would have came in the call and said, "Hey, I'm calling because of this, and this," and she said, "Well, I have this problem," I'm like, "Okay, great." Skip past her problem and just try to shove my beliefs on her. She would have been like, "No, you haven't handled my problem. You haven't listened to me." And I can even to give you another example. Another example is that I had a gentleman, right? And he told me, he's like, "Bertrand, I appreciate you calling me. You've been persistent, right? And you've been assertive, and I don't mind it at all because I love a good salesman. But brother, you're not listening. I'm driving right now." And I said, "You know what? I totally understand." And I said it with a little, and I was lacking confidence. I was like, "If you mind pulling over and just hop in front of your phone." And he was like, "You know what, Bertrand, I gotta go." Because he could hear the tone of my voice. But the fact was that also I wasn't listening to what he was saying. He was saying, "Hey, I'm on vacation. I'm driving. Can we do this another time?" Right? He didn't mind that I was being persistent. Right? But when that time came, I pushed it a little too far. Right? I wasn't really listening to what he was saying. He was driving. He couldn't pull over. There was nowhere to pull over. And I was so adamant about what I wanted to push. Right? If I would have just took a step back and just said, "You know what, I hear what you're saying. Let's set a date so I can call you back." He would have been more receptive to what I was saying. Right? So, and why did I share all this with you? Right? So I kind of want to recap why I shared all this with you because I want you to understand that for single men, I want to help you. I don't want to help single men. I want to lead single men to believe in themselves, right? To believe that they are more powerful than what society how do I say it? They're more powerful than what society tells them that they can be, right? Because society tells us as men that we should just have sex, get a good job, right? Get married, and then once we're married, temptation goes away. Relationships are all gonna work out. We're gonna have a good time with the boys. We might even sneak out and be like, "Oh my God, this marriage is killing me." But I want to show single men that if they prepare themselves right now, right, that they don't need to, but they need to lead themselves right now, right, and they must do that. And if they don't do this, right, that when they enter into their marriage, when they go on, right, that society is gonna go backwards if single men don't start preparing themselves right now. If single men keep going the way they're going, we're going to have a weak society. We're going to be full of a society of weak men, and weak men create hard times, right? And we can't have that. We need single men that are strong. We need single men that are ready to lead. We need single men that are willing to step up and say, "I will lead." And no matter what happens, they need to be able to take the charge. They need to be able to say, hey, I'm ready. And we need more single men that are ready and that can go against society's views and tell men, you know what, that is not the right way. This is the right way. Do it like this. And no matter how much ridicule, no matter what happens, right? Don't think about. I'm not thinking about the legacy I'm going to be leaving now. I'm thinking about the generations of men that are going to come after me, the men that I'm going to touch, right? And then those generations that I will never see, right? I explained legacy is the family that I can see now, right? All my families I can see now, all my families that come with my kids, and all that, right? Generational is the people that I will never see in my family, and all these men that I'm going to touch, that I'm going to lead. I am so excited for their generations to come because there is nothing like this right now. There's no one talking to single men like this. There's no one speaking to single men, right? There's no one speaking to single men, and we need more of this. Single men need a guide. Single men need a leader. Single men need a beacon. Single men need a place that they can go and they can learn how to grow into leadership. And they can learn that they can have it all in mind, body, soul, and money. Single men need that, not just married men, not just fathers, not just single fathers, right? Your journey of leadership does not start when you become a father. Your journey of leadership started when you came out and you were a man. That's when your journey started. That's your responsibility. That's the movement that I'm creating. And that's why I'm so passionate about this. Hey, my good friend, thank you for listening. Reviews matter, so please leave us a review so other amazing people just like you can find us and listen to us. Also remember to join us in our free Facebook group so we can build a real relationship and get to know each other. And you will find other extraordinary men and women on similar journey as you. Do not forget, take action on just one thing you heard today. Get a result from that and grow from your experience from that result. You have power in your choice. Until next time, my good friend, I'll see you later. This is Coach B.